Boo!
How to play.
Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of How to Play, where I explain general concepts of this game. First off, we're going to talk about placement, and we're going to be talking about type of units and how to use them, and the environment and how to take advantage of it, and just general strategies. An example is Fukuroka as a support unit. You want to slow him down with the water and the boats, as you see on screen. And then there's G91, who's an aggressive unit. He will destroy these obstacles that either could benefit you or could cause you trouble. Then there's another kind. They're aerial units that ignore buildings completely. So they bypass the water, they bypass the boats. So with these three type of units, you could really make some good strategies. So here's another type of aerial unit I didn't discuss, and that's an aerial unit that can destroy buildings. Buildings are very good for stalling, so you see he's stuck in there, he's not moving forward. And this guy summoned Running Godzilla, which Storm Ghidorah is the perfect counter for. So he's keeping him in place, he's not harming anyone. Scar King ropes him in, but Storm Ghidorah's tornado stops him. So let's see what our opponent does. So our opponent summons Scar King as well. I summon G91 for AoE support for Storm Ghidorah. Okay, he's putting in -1. He's using Scar King. He placed him in the water, placed him in the back so he could rope him in and get hit by that -1 explosion. Problem is, he probably should have put it on top of my G91 and Scar King. But other than that, that was interesting placement. So I'm going to put Goat in the lower left. Goat is very powerful right now. You want him to have time to power up. So putting him in the back corner in water is a perfect situation because water can really slow down certain units. So let's see, he summoned Godzilla Evolved, didn't do much. Now he's using Void. You don't want to put anybody out with Void unless they're protected. So -1 is protected when he's summoned in water for 25 seconds. So is Super Mecha Godzilla. He has his whole animation. He's like a toy being put together that you could use that to your advantage. And he actually does not get affected by water. He's considered a ground unit, but he doesn't get reduced movement speed from water. So he just summoned a Rio. He summoned Airbase in the front, which is a big mistake. You don't want to do that. So I summoned Gigan 04 in the upper right. He's going to stop Rio. You want it with aggressive characters like Gigan. You usually want to put him up front. So yeah, you saw that chopper base got completely destroyed, and that's the end of the battle. So I think that video showed great concepts such as Storm Ghidorah. He's one of the few aerial units that really goes after buildings. Gigan 04 is charging in the front. Goat's in the lower left, using the water to his advantage. So yeah. Let's see what the next video has. Hey, shoutouts to Kiryuden and Ad Titanosaurus for making this video possible. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So first I place Storm Ghidorah in the back. I want to see what he has. He has the same general idea with Chibis, so he's keeping him in the water, slowly approaching. Well, I'm using these buildings to kind of stall my approach. So he's using the water, I'm using the buildings. Buildings are a finite resource though. You can only use them once, and then they're dead. So I put G91 in the back. He's a very good AoE. When people are sucked into the center, they're all getting hit. And I wonder, should I use -1? Instead, I used Varen. My idea when I use Varen with Storm Ghidorah is Varen has a reach problem. But when he's in the center of the storm, he's going to have no problem hitting anyone. So let's see what he does in response. Gigan Rex in the corner, very good. That's the perfect place to place him. I place a 1,000-year dragon, an aggressor like Gigan 04. I want him to get there as soon as possible, but it's mostly because his defense buff is limited. So I placed him up in the front. He's aggressive. He doesn't waste time with buildings or water. He goes straight in. So we're going to do a lot of damage with 1,000-year dragon. He didn't summon anybody or any 2-cost swarms to really stop him. He does Gamera though. He gets attention away from his leader. It's very smart. I put Scar King in the water in the back just so I can slowly build my push-up. He's very slow, especially in the water, so I'm going to do Super Mecha Godzilla to kind of like slowly build my push-up. Don't rush anyone out, and that's Super Mecha Godzilla is good because of that, because he takes forever to spawn. So Scar King's going to grab people in. I'm going to use -1 to stop that Batra duo. -1 is... I love placement. Like, the placement of the units like Varen and -1, I love it. So he hits me with his ability. I put Storm Ghidorah in to kind of get help from the leader. See how the leader's helping attack. So let's see what else I do. So Super Mecha Godzilla got wrecked by Chibis. Very good on his part. I'm going to use Varen. The concept I explained earlier, I'm doing it here as well. I'm waiting, and I'm placing. I'm waiting for people to get closer. So now he can get free hits in. The other Chibi's going to run over because he has to revive the Mecha Godzilla. And he's going to get sucked in too. I placed G91 in the back. Just like, I'm not super sure, but I'm probably going to see what happens. So I'm just watching right now. G91's a safe bet. He's not going to really get to the leader. I placed Scar King in the back just to protect that G91. So that's good. Or I placed him in the front. So the reason I did that instead of the back is so he could help G91 right away. So there are certain situations where you don't always place like support characters in the back. So alright, Super Mecha Godzilla in the back just to snipe people who are going after the leader. Scar King's still going at it. He's roping a ton of people. And so let's see what happens next. So he's using Giron and Gamera together. Very smart. Scar King's going to separate him. I placed 1,000 Year Dragon yet again in the front because that defense buff, it only lasts for like, what, 20, 30 seconds? I think 30 seconds. And once it's gone, he's a lot weaker. So it's like a time limit for how long 1,000 Year Dragon's good for. So I didn't use kids at all. That would have been more interesting for this video. Maybe I'll make a kids video next time. So he's defeated. We used Storm Ghidorah with Varen a lot. We got the C-1 being used and generally how he's used. So I think that was a pretty solid video. Alright, next up we have this Japanese player with a smiley face at the end. I really like fighting this guy. He's pretty good this game. So we both play Scar King in the water towards the back. We're both kind of gambling with these buildings because buildings are a finite resource and we're using them up right now to really like help our pushes out. Scar King's a great push starter. Just like Rio. So in order to not be grabbed by Scar King, I'm going to use Varen. And I got Desghidorah. Desghidorah is perfect for Gigan Rex. He may not be it's not the best general strategy to use Scar King with Desghidorah. Usually you want a tank like G91, but I don't know. So maybe that was a mistake on my part. Let's see what happens. So I'm using my ability to heal him up. Gotta get those Gigan Rexes out of there. If Gigan Rex survived, we would have been pooped on. So I choose not to use -1. You gotta use -1 wisely. I do G91 in the back, so he's safe. And kind of back, you know, before he gets to Scar King or before he gets grabbed by Scar King, I'm gonna generate some energy. So Scar King's destroying all the boats. He's getting distracted. I'm getting grabbed. Then I'm hitting him with a -1 because I stalled out long enough with G91 to get this opportunity. Then, here's a surprise. I use kids. And I should have saved my ability for this moment right here, which I have done in the past. Double health regen on -1 is vicious. So he uses Shin Ortho, which is a wise decision. I think that was probably the best unit he had available. G91's doing terrific. We managed to kill the Shin Ortho. He places Gigan, but he doesn't place him far enough away to get the stun. So that was a mistake in placement on his part. So I got Scar King back out, which is just a strictly better Gigan 04 basically. With more, you know, it gives people attack boost around him every time he ropes. So that was a misplaced Gigan 04. So let's see if it costs him the battle. So we got Scar King and Desghidorah again, which I'm still questioning why I did this combo, but we'll have to see. Desghidorah and all the Ghidorahs get wrecked by Scar King. So look at that. He's done. So I have a 1,000 Year Dragon placed in the front once again. He's on that timer. Once his defense buff is gone, I think he loses like 40% of his defense. So Varen to help defend 1,000 Year Dragon from being grabbed. Shin Ortho's coming out with a lot of attack power. We're doing some serious damage. Oh, we're getting pulled away. Is that far enough away from Shin Ortho? No. This guy was smart enough to place him kind of like sandwich the leader. So very smart on his part. I'm going to do G91 in the back to help build a push. I need time to... And the water's going to give me that time. I'm going to -1 that Scar King because he's a lot of trouble. But he got me anyways. But these two are together once again. I could use kids. But right now he's got a really good overwhelming force against me. He's going to -1 me as well. So he's doing really good, really great. I'm going to do Scar King in the back again. Scar King's so good. Like every battle starts with that. Oh, but this is not good on my part. I shouldn't have pulled him in. I'm going to take some leader damage. So I have a 1,000 Year Dragon to help defend me. I'm kind of on the ropes, guys. I'm kind of desperate right now. So I got Varen protecting Scar King and 1,000 Year Dragon. Both got a attack buff from Scar King. So if you put them all in close proximity to Scar King, they'll get that attack boost. Desghidorah for the Gigan Rex and the Mothra duo. This is an all-out battle right now, guys. This is going to be pretty crazy. I'm spending extra energy to heal. I have the Ebra card equipped, a 3-star one. But it looks like my Scar King managed to get him. Dimension Tide. So he's placed back with the leader, so his leader will get hit. And just like that, we win the battle. Oh, that -1 might have made a difference if he had like a few seconds more. So that's a great battle right there. I got to show you guys how to use kids. Kids helps do with placement. So let me try to think what I'm going to say before I say it. Kids can really help your placement. It just, you can teleport straight to the leader. You can avoid Void Ghidorah. You can avoid Rio. So kids is actually pretty useful when it comes to placement. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe to Leanne's channel if you want to see more of this content, and let us know below what we should do next. So thanks for watching. I'm going to head out now. Barty's going to handle this. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.